Okay, roll call for the Order of the Beer Brothers. Beer Brother Brett,
Here.
Beer Brother Mark, Beer Brother Dan, all here. We have a quorum. I hereby call the meeting to order. And Beer Brother Mark, will you lead us in the ceremonial lighting of the burn pot?
I will. We'll get this showboat on the road here. Let's see if I can do this and keep this a family show without burning my thumb. Oh, yeah, here we go. I'm getting this down. The more we do this, I'm getting better and better. In fact, I'm getting a nice callus on the end of my thumb here, so it doesn't burn anymore. It's great, so good. We officially have started the meeting.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, it's your order of the presentations and stuff. So you're going to be presenting tonight. What you got for us?
Tonight we're going to try this here beer, Life of the South by Lenny Boy.
Uh-huh.
And I thought the name was really good. It's a Southern lager.
Yep.
So I don't know what a Southern lager is when it comes to differentiating that between a Northern lager.
Obviously, you didn't look at the label close enough. There's a reason why it's
not
Southern. Look closer. Look what is in it. Look what the ingredients is.
Grits.
Yes.
Well, so let's go ahead and let's crack this open.
This is not my first grits beer. I believe
we had one a long time ago.
I think Jailhouse Brewing has a grits beer. Smell the cap.
Nice, a lot of foam in this. I don't know about y'all, but mine's got a real good head here.
I'm having to let mine.
Real good head.
But
well, so very sweet aroma. Very light in color.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a nice lager.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give it a sip here.
A little haze to it, or is that just my glass?
A little bit. It tastes to me, I can't taste any grits, but
it's grits or corn.
Well, I can't taste any of it, but
no, but it's got a certain amount of sweetness to it. I mean, I'd have to say it's got a little bit of a bitter finish, but it sure has kind of a little sweet start to it.
Yeah, I can taste it on the back of my tongue, that little bit of bitterness there.
It's a little more hoppy than a regular lager, isn't it?
Yep.
It's a little hop to it.
Well, but once again, it's more on the end than the beginning.
Yeah.
It's also a really big can. Culture
matters, it says on the side of the can. But it's not a bad beer. I like it a lot. It's a nice sized can, which you get it comes in a 4-pack, and it's a nice sized can, which is great. I like the advertising on the can. Looks good, and it's a kind of a catchy name, Life in the South. Here we are, here we are in the South, and we're drinking beer, and there's plenty of this to go around here in my little pint glass here, which is great.
Looks like it's a 4.5% by volume alcohol on it, and their little motto on it says, "Life in the South, using a true Southern staple, the addition of grits to the beer defines the body and creates a crisp and crushable beer."
Crushable.
It's a good beer. I think it's definitely a summer beer, and it's definitely, to me, it's got that summer feel. It'd be perfect if you were, if you've been working outdoors, and we've had a few of those so far, where you've been, you feel like, okay, this is perfect for after a long day outdoors, to be able to try something and have it. And this, I like it. I think it's really, really good. I'm usually not a light beer drinker or a lager beer person, but I like it. It's not bad. It's a step up from a regular lager to me, because it's got a little more flavor to it and a little more personality than your generic yellow beer that our parents would drink. It's definitely got some personality, which I really like. And honestly, if I were to rate this beer, I'd probably give it a 7 to 7.5. And I would say that to me, this would be good with it would be good with something like a pasta or some pizza. I think it'd be really tasty with those things for dinner.
I'd be right there. I'd be 7.5, 8. It's a little bitter on the back end for me.
Yeah,
You know,
me too.
it just, I think it's just a little hop in it, and it's it's not a bad beer. I mean, it's a good hot pizza, maybe a cheeseburger. Just kind of a quick bite with a cold beer kind of beer. And I do like that it's a full pint. You get you get plenty of beer with it, and you could have a little more since it's only 4.5%.
Yeah, you could have a few of these, and we're used to a lot stronger gravity. A lot of the beers that we drank from other breweries, so it's definitely a lighter gravity. What are you thinking, Dan?
I like it. I mean, it's I like I said, I've had a grits beer before, and this kind of reminds me of that grits. I don't know what the grits. Of course, I don't know what the what the build, what the rest of the grain build and stuff is, but I'd put it around an 8. I think this would be a great after mowing the grass and working in the yard and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's got that. It's definitely got that light, crisp flavor. I definitely got that, and
It smooths up a little bit after it warms up. As everybody, all three of us tend to drink our beer a little colder than what's recommended.
well, I'm trying to look at I was going to look at their website, and
The other thing is after it warms up and it's been open a little bit, a lot less head.
yeah, it's not bad. So I'm looking at their website right now,
Yep.
and it's can you all see it?
No, yeah.
I was just looking at it myself.
It,
I can see it now.
it looks like they do a lot of like a lot of local breweries. They do a lot of stuff with the community, and people are involved and going.
I bet you they got a food truck.
Yep. And, they're Charlotte. So for us here in Georgia, this isn't too terribly far away. This might be a road trip sometime, you guys.
Mhm.
Wouldn't be a bad trip.
Would not be.
Yeah, that, and we can then go to the Catawba tasting room.
Yeah, I'm curious about the different beers that they have, and looking at their different stuff here, but I don't think they're going to show this. This looks like this is a brew pub more than it is just a brewery, from what I can tell here.
Well, if anybody's going to make any money nowadays as a brewery, you need to be a brew pub.
Yeah.
There was Beverages beer. Did you see it? There was a beer under the beverages menu.
Okay.
Okay.
To the right. Right. There you go.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So they have a bunch of.
Ooh, booty call.
Yeah, they've got a lot of IPAs. They're very strong in the IPAs. It looks like most of them are IPAs.
Now there's a milkshake IPA. Now we might have to try that. There's a coffee milk stout.
Yeah. I want to make a note here. Go back up a little bit. Our Life in the South has a different look to it. So, do you have a date on their beer? We're drinking current beer.
No, they probably just changed the label.
Yeah, it's interesting. But yeah,
Well, you know what though? That looks like.
looks like corn.
Well, see the coroner. I was about to say doesn't look. Yeah, I guess.
Because down below you'll see that they've got the ground up coffee stout, which is they've got of course coffee beans there.
Unless you wind up buying the 4-pack of beer that's like 10 years old, worth the label.
But they've got a nice variety here. Couple of white ales.
Breakfast at Heaven. That looks good.
Yeah. What's a BBA stout? Interesting.
We'll have to find out. Well, you have to do
Bourbon barrel aged imperial stout.
Oh, and that's a 10%, gentlemen. We got to try that one.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think we need to do a road trip.
Yeah.
That needs to be something we do in the future.
We'll get our masks and put them on, and we'll clean our masks and head north.
Yeah, well, hopefully by the time we do this, God willing, things will be better. It's hard to drink beer under a mask.
You'd have to have a little hole and a little straw and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
just have a little straw.
Mechanics on it would be too difficult.
Or it could just be filtered.
Well, you did see the sign where it said that if you have an ugly face but have pretty eyes, this time is for you.
Well, gentlemen, I think we did good on this one. I think I picked a pretty decent beer.
Yeah.
Got it locally.
I would say from a pairing standpoint, I'd like to have this with just good old hot dog with mustard.
Yeah, that'd work. It'd work. It's got the type of flavor that it could go with a lot of different. You could pair it with a lot of different things. It's not an overpowering beer. It's a fairly neutral to me. It doesn't have a lot going on. So with that in regard, you could do a lot of different pairings with this. You could use it with a lot.
And with the 4.5 on it, you could. Of course, it's also a big can.
Yeah.
That would probably last you through a meal.
Yeah.
And if
What's
not,
that? What price point was it? I mean, it's a great beer, but it's not a stellar beer. If it only coming in 4-packs and pint cans, what was it? Reasonably enough price that didn't feel like.
Yeah, from what I remember, it was. I'm not a cheap bastard. Won't say to anybody we know that is that way, but I
do not apply my cheap bastard rules to beer, only to wine.
but I did feel like it was a good value for what I paid for it. Now I tend to buy more than one thing of beer at the time when I bought, so it's kind of cloudy.
Yeah.
Kind of like the beer here. My memory as to what I paid, but I remember it was a good price. It wasn't bad. So, but it's nice looking. The color's good. It is cloudy though, Brett. You're right.
Yeah, I was sitting there trying to.
I don't think it's unfiltered. It's not unfiltered because I don't see particles. It's just not a clear beer.
Oh, it's just the grits floating around in there.
It's the grits.
Yep, that's good. Well, I think
We need to with shrimp and grits. I want to throw that out there. A big bowl of shrimp and grits with some sharp cheddar cheese on it.
that would work.
I'm telling you, I'd go for that.
That would work.
We need to do one of these sometime. We need to prep something like that. We need to pick a beer and let's each do their own shrimp and grits.
Yeah.
And we could be like the ladies club and have compare recipes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, part of the fun of the whole beer thing now is that the pairings, because it's like, beer has just got so much. There's so many varieties that are out there, and there's so many breweries trying different things. It's a lot of fun. I had a watermelon lime beer the other day, and I have to say it was really good. It was really good. It didn't have an overpowering watermelon flavor.
I'll have to try that to believe that.
I had a glass myself, and it was good. It wasn't too sour. With the lime there, I was hoping to have a bit of sour to it, but
we sat in my carport the other day and tried it.
So y'all left me out. Well,
sorry.
I had to pick up my beers.
Yes,
for today. So it was last night. I had to pick up a beer.
Hey, I gave you the option, Dan. You had to leave.
Well, it was also like noon.
Well, it's true. I did have work to do that day.
I did too.
Somewhere, gentlemen.
Okay, so who's up next week? Is it me or you?
I think it's one of mine. I think you did last week. Mark did this week. So
okay, what you got?
But we have a choice. There are 2 local beers here from the Riverwatch Brewery here in town.
Okay.
There's a peach fizz and then one called Firethorn. So I said we go a little fruity next week and have the peach fizz.
Okay. Well, you did. You tried to slam us with a fruity beer the last time. A fruity sour beer, and we wound up liking it. So maybe that'd be a good one. So okay, so next week.
Yeah, and we're right at peach harvest season, I think, and it'd be good to have that.
That's a great idea.
Okay, well, I guess it's time to blow out the burn pot, and we'll see you next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.